Go ahead, hit her again. Squirting.
All right, since we can't do the transmission, we're gonna move on to the fuel system. We're gonna drop the tank here and then put the new pump and hanger in, and then just start running all of our little lines and connectors all the way up to the front. I'm gonna, oh, we're fine. Hold it. Okay. Hangers down. And then the filling neck, let me grab that for you then. Go slow here, Brian, we gotta get. We got the basket on it and everything. Sweet.
Nice one, man. Yeah.
All right, tank's out. Let's get to work dropping the
Hangers.
You guys got some air just to blow off the area?
Yeah, we could get it going here. Yeah, we got them inside.
So what we got going in is gonna be this fuel hanger from Aeromotive. It's got a 340 pump already attached, and then it supplies dash six lines to the top there. And then new sock, new lock ring. Should be pretty simple. And then we've got a wiring upgrade to throw in as well. So this is gonna be the fuel pump wiring upgrade. Pretty necessary. I'm almost positive that even just with the wiring upgrade, I wouldn't have even had as much fuel pressure problems, just because I don't think I'm maxing out the pump yet. But pretty necessary. We're gonna toss this in while we're doing everything. And yeah, we'll get this little hanger swapped out here. Tank's looking clean, folks. Tank's looking clean. Got a little bit of sediment in there, but I think that's gonna be somewhat normal. No rust, super clean. Now we're gonna tackle the wiring upgrade. So basically got the schematic, and you've got one big power wire that goes to the battery, and then you got one big negative wire that goes to the battery as well. So here's your negative going to the battery. Here's the positive going to the battery. You can tell just because it's the only one with a circuit breaker on it. And then you got positive and negative that go to the pump here. And then you got one more red that comes from the trigger wire from your car. So pretty easy. We're gonna get some ring terminals on these wired up, and then we'll just toss this tank back up in here. All right, so we made some progress. We got the wiring at the pump all dialed in, and then we got the lines made that are going to go feed the filter right here. And then we got a return line that's gonna go all the way to the front. So we're getting all this stuff knocked out here, and the wiring just gonna go up through the bottom here. We'll get a grommet and make sure that's all good, but otherwise we're making some progress. We cut the stock lines out. She gone. And we're gonna take the lines off the front. You can keep going if you'd like. Save our backs. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna take these lines off here and then just start feeding the braided right up through here. All right, forgot the time lapse, but we got the intake plenum off. We are gonna be throwing some Deka 60-pound injectors into here. So we're gonna finish up the fuel line job first, and then get the tank back installed, get the wiring all done, and then we'll finish it off with injectors, throw the plenum on, and call it a day. We're getting the lines routed here, starting her off at the filter. Got her right up against the body there, should be good. Just gonna start running it up the side. switching over to GoPro footage. Phone was about to die, saved the battery. But we got one fuel line ran. This is gonna be the feed right up through here. It's not quite done, but we got it kind of up where it'll hook up to the rail. And then we're gonna run the return here. But Ben just thought of something. Rather than just running it straight to the tank, we're actually going to cut it and make a small jumper line, so that way we can disconnect it further up the line and drop the whole tank without having to disconnect this straight from the tank. So we're gonna make another line real quick, and then yeah, we should be able to start trying to button things up. We got the lines cut. We're gonna install the last two fittings for up at the fuel rail. All right, so Ben's using one of the few nice fittings that we used in the whole system. The bragola here. I'm gonna press these together.
Press these in like that. This guy down.
Crank it down.
Suck it on there.
And then we tighten as we push. So we got the wiring for the upgrade kit all dialed in, positive to positive terminal, negative to negative terminal, and then we got the trigger wire wired in down here, bam, to the factory trigger wire. So once we plug this in, we'll be getting signal sent to there. We got our two little jumper lines fully mounted into our nice little unit here. These rubber caps are sweet to cover the positive and negative terminals here on the pump. And then I'm gonna raise up the car here, and then I'll show you how the lines are routed. Right, we are about to throw the tank in and hook up the lines for the last time before we test for leaks. We're looking good. Let's show you what we got. All right, folks, we got the fuel tank strapped in here. All the lines are loose, nothing's bound up. We got both lines coming right out of there, not bound up or nothing. We got the feed going through the filter, routed around here, and then they join up and pretty much run the whole length of the car. Boom, they're gonna come up here behind the brake lines. And then, like I said, this is the return here. So this feed, we're gonna prime it and just blast everything that's in this line out before we hook it up to the fuel rail, which we'll probably throw the injectors in now, put you on a time lapse here. But otherwise, we just got some connections to make and we'll be dialed in. So we're getting the fuel rail modified here. We're gonna put the Aeromotive regulator on just so we have a gauge, but then also get our fuel pressure sensor tapped into this guy here. So that'll be nice. And then we'll finish up installing the other 4 injectors here, and then slap the rail back on, plen them back on, and start priming some stuff. Fiddling over here. We got the fuel filler neck all tightened into place. Got the wiring and battery all hooked back up. So we're gonna give this thing some power. So we're gonna prime it, and we got our feed line into a bucket that's kind of clean. And we're gonna make sure that everything that's in the feed line gets cleared out with some fuel before anything. Once that's fed through, we're gonna hook up both the return and the feed, prime it some more, check for leaks, and then gonna load up a tune with the injector change.
Here we go.
Power's on, we're gonna prime it up.
Give her a little squirt here. Yeah.
Coming back.
Yep, perfect. Squirting, looks clear. Go ahead, hit her again. Squirting. Do one more.
They say it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Oh, dude!
He's ripping. All right, I'd say that works great.
We got this rail, stock rail, with these lines already on it, and made it right up. We're gonna finish wrapping. We got the old classic zip tie to hold this away. We got the positive terminal capped off here, no sparks, and we're just going to heat wrap the fuel lines that go down next to the manifold, but that's pretty much done. We're gonna prime the system, check for leaks up here, and then check for leaks back at the tank, and throw the plenum back on as long as there's no leaks, and we'll have this project wrapped up. All right. Yeah, it sounds very good. Alright, first drive. Once it's warmed up, this thing's dialed. Just a little bit. Compensation. Definitely is very rich. I think the drive's great. We're cruising back home. Got about 30 miles. Alright, so we're at the Eagle Creek Pump Your Own gas station. And it is not overflowing, so that's good. Filling it up here, not overflowing, looking good. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. We got the fuel system working great in that one. These are gonna be some of the last few modification stuff I had to do before we get back to racing, so I believe next video should be some racing content, so thanks for sticking around, going through all these little upgrade videos, but you know, it's always good to show people some of these popular modifications on the Foxbody, so feel free to ask any questions or give me any tips if you see something wrong. I'm always happy to fix something if it can be done a little better. So make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay ripping.